Hey everyone, so I'm in the middle of prepping for my December markets, which is why there was no video last week. I did, however, record my last two summer markets, so instead of sitting on that footage, I'm going to release them both this week and next week, and I should be all caught up by then. Don't worry, I will give you all an update on what's to come for me in December. So I hope you all enjoy the next 2 weeks of videos, and then we'll hop right into getting all caught up once again. I gotta bend down because my camera is down here, but this is so much better to use than to have to do the skewer and pouring it from the bottle. It pours right out of the top here, and as you saw, it has a spout, so I can control it a little bit better when it goes into the cup there. And I don't have to worry about spillage or anything, so this works out so much better. I'm so glad I bought these. I got them off of Amazon, and it comes, because I have extra up there. I think it comes either 12 in a pack. Yeah, it comes 12 in a pack. And it comes with two types of tops here. And I was really looking for this pour top here, and I got it with these bottles. So much better. So you can't see my face right now, but the reason why I have these little jars here is these are going to be my fall and winter testers for the new scents for the seasonal collection, and two of them are going to be actually for two of my current candles. One I'm actually doing today, and that's Mahogany Nights and Coastal Comfort in one. And these are what's left of my jars. I only have 6 of them left, and I ordered another case to test in. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on those. And I'm not putting a wick in them because I'm doing it wickless. And that way it makes it a little easier to test the wicks out in case they don't work right away. Alright, so I thought I had it recording while I was pouring the wax melts, but I forgot to press record. So the wax melts are poured. The 3 mahogany candles here are poured, and then these are the 4-ounce testers for the season, and then the 2 in the front are the testers for the Mahogany Nights, and I did Coastal Comfort for that one. But that is it for today as far as making products. I am pretty much done with making products for this market. Everything else is just going to be cleaning up the candles and labeling the stuff that I need to and putting the plastic on it. Good morning, everyone, and it is another market day, and this one is special because this one is actually going to take place in New Jersey. Now, I know I didn't talk about it a lot in previous videos that you guys saw, but today is the day that I do my first ever market in Jersey, and fingers crossed it turns out better than expected or at least good. Let it be that. Let it turn out to be good. But I'm about to take this stuff downstairs because my sister is on her way with the car, and we are going to go pick up the stuff from the storage unit and then head on out. I'm already running behind schedule because I'm supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, but they did give us a grace period, so we have from 9 to 11:30. Very conflicting information on the emails and the website, but we have time to get there. So let me go ahead and bring all this heavy stuff down 3 flights of stairs. All right, we are all set up and ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and set up this table and get it going. So the room sprays are gonna go there, diffusers there, candles here, checkout station here, and car diffusers over there, sorry, and diffusers and the station right here. So let's start putting the products out. Grab it from the table. And then I'll put another one out here. And then I'll put a spare one out here.
Don't be afraid. Smelling is.
Do you have the
caring.
I put the
card?
Okay.
Put it on here.
Okay, are you card,
What do you
cash,
prefer?
either or?
Okay, card it is.
Okay, so tap when you're ready. Alright, so this is my setup here. So I think it came out pretty nice. It has the
They could do it on the side of the band, bro. They have
room
space for it.
sprays and the diffusers there. It has the candles in the middle. It has the wax melts laid out on the table, the wax sachets, and of course the famous 3 diffuser display and setup here. So came out quite nice. Alright, so it is 12:35 and I'm all set up as you guys saw, and the market is underway. There's a good amount of people coming through. I already made 3 sales, 3 or 4 sales. I can't quite remember, but I made 4 sales. Somebody just told me. My sister just told me that I had 4 sales made already. This market is definitely moving differently than a lot of the ones I do in New York. So I don't know, Jersey might be the way to go from time to time, but we'll see what the end result is. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick check-in because there are people at the table and I want to show you guys what's going on. Now the market, we are at the tail end of the market and it stretches down to the next area. It's not that big, but you know, it's a small town and a lot of people tend to come through small towns, and when they have these type of events they tend to come and see what the businesses are out here. So it's pretty exciting. I'm glad that I got accepted for this one and signed up for it. I will try and check in with you all a little later. I know there's going to be some live music going on, and I don't know how loud the music's going to be, but I will check in. They're already like starting to gear up, but I will check in with you guys a little bit later. They're room and linen sprays. Okay. And I have the 4 ounce, which is the regular size, and now I have the little travel size bottles here.
Do you have any lemon scent?
I do not, only because I'm still trying to find a scent that's not too artificial.
Yeah.
And with lemon, it's like, unless I use actual lemon.
Gotcha. Which one is your favorite? Which one's your
Okay, so as far as the room sprays go, I have a couple of
Do you
them.
have the peach?
It's the one with the sticks. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Like an apple or a cinnamon or a...
Okay, so it comes out to 2026. So let me make sure this is on, because sometimes it goes to sleep.
Sure.
All right, now try again.
If it comes down to 2, just eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Oh, and she did the big one too.
Is this a joint decision or just a decision? He's like, I don't know nothing about
I already
that.
have one that's so similar to that. So.
Understood.
So that is 25. These are electric.
I'm gonna do the...
You plug them into the wall. So like these, and this is what I tell people because these are the free samples. What you do. So this is a room base. It's a biodegradable, eco-friendly room base that I use. And then the scent that I use is clean, no parabens, no chemicals, toxins in them at all. Receipt?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, enjoy the car diffuser. All right, guys, I am checking back in. It is 2:15, a little after 2 o'clock, and it has been pretty busy out here. I've sold a bunch of car diffusers, I sold a couple of weed diffusers, and I sold a couple of candles so far, and I actually sold one wax melt. So it's going pretty well. We still have about 4 hours 4 hours ago, I want to say. So we'll see what happens, but there's still a good amount of people coming through. I got a whole bunch of information from people stopping by and just giving me information about, I'm saying information a lot, but giving me information about different events that I can possibly go to. So that's always nice to get that stuff at these markets. It's not just for selling things, it's also for networking and meeting people as they come by. Hi, how are you today?
Great, how are you?
Good. Which one? Oh, afternoon? Yeah. I am back. So that is the check-in for now. And I had those sales so far. We're going to total up everything, of course, for the recap and see how much. I'm trying to push as much of this stuff as possible so I don't have to bring it back up them flight of stairs, because it's going to be a nightmare to bring all this heavy stuff up there. So I will probably check in probably around 4 o'clock, maybe check in, do another check-in and tell you guys what's going on. But this one is nothing I expected it to be, because I have that mentality of doing the markets in New York City, and those markets are nothing like this. People are actually out here supporting these businesses and actually purchasing and talking and getting to know the people. So that is it for this check-in. I will come back to you guys around 4 o'clock. Pick up. Hold on. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, it goes to sleep to save the battery. Hello.
You guys have a store?
We do not. Well, not we. I do not. I'm online for now, so I have an Etsy shop, and I'm working on the website that'll hopefully be up soon. Yeah. So on there is a QR code. That's your candle there, and it's 15% off. But it also puts you onto the emailing list so that you can see what's new coming. Every announcement that I want to make about markets or being in person, that stuff is on there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Enjoy the candle.
Your therapist will be very pleased.
I cannot with you. I cannot.
But that's how, listen, this is how I roll.
I know that's how you roll. My number one favorite.
I like it. I like the blends. They're very, and again, it's not like too overpowering. So
Right.
like nice after a long day.
Exactly. Because mahogany is my first, common spa day is my second, and coastal is my third.
Can you throw in a small comic spa day?
Sure.
Want to get one of those for yourself? I do want it for the bathroom. Yeah. I like a good smell in the bathroom.
This is calming. Yeah. And your receipt was sent. You're all set. Enjoy the candles. Thank you. Same here. So as you see, there's not many people walking by, so I ended up going over to the library, set up the booth over there, and they were giving away free stuffed animals, free toys to the kids, and it was kind of towards the middle of the market, so my sister ended up talking me into walking over there and grabbing one, and I won this little colorful dog that was in my hand there. Sorry I didn't show it though. So this is the section that I'm in, and those pots over there, I was looking at them all day. They look so amazing. She hand makes them and paints them. They're for your houseplants or outdoors. And then you have the jeweler and Celtic Creations, which was right across from me. They sell body oils, butters, soaps, all that good stuff. And then next to them was a crocheter. And there's me, and right next to me is another jeweler. She was very friendly, and she had some nice pieces on her table. And then as they walk down, this is my sisters here doing all the footage coverage while I tend to the table and the customers behind. As you walk down, well, they walk down, you can see there's just a variety of different items. You have some nice pottery as well. People were selling small pieces of furniture for your homes. There was all types of linen out there as well from what I saw. And yeah, it was just a big market. I did not expect it to be this big. I did not expect this many people to come through. It doesn't seem like a lot, but this is later on in the day when they recorded this. But the hours before definitely had a lot of people walking through there. And then of course there are some food vendors out there with coffee and tea and pastries as well. And I think there was a bunch of jewelers out there from what I saw. But yeah, this is just one section. And then the next section is where the live music is and face painting. The bands were really good out there. And they started, I believe, around 1 o'clock because the market started at 12. And they just played until almost the end of the market. But over here is also where they have all their stores in this little town here in Jersey, and it's very nice. I can definitely see myself coming out here every other weekend just to relax and hang out and enjoy the scenery over here. And then here is where the rest of the vendors are, as you can see. So it's just a variety of things out here. Nice clothing, which looks amazing. And yeah, it was a really good time. I really did enjoy myself at this market, and I would love to do this one again because wow, it's a complete contrast to the New York markets that I do. But that is it for this little tour of the markets down here. Alright, so there's some music playing in the background, and hopefully you guys don't hear it, but it is 4:34 now. We have about an hour and some change left to go before the market's over. Sales have kind of slowed down. The traffic has slowed down some. There's still people walking through. I did get a few after the last checkout that I did, and now the sun is coming out. So let me see if I could turn this way. Okay, just a little bit better. So I turned it this way. But yeah, this market is really, really different than the ones in New York City. So I don't know if I said it before, but I might have to do some here in Jersey and see how my business does. My tablet is like on 39%, even though it's on the charger, it's still at like 39%. So hopefully it makes it to the hour left. If not, I can use my phone to take Square payments. Yeah, we're just sitting around, relaxing, waiting for people to come by, see who else is coming through. And I have my products out there melting in the sun because the sun decided to really come out in these past couple of hours. And it's fine. I can always heat gun it, like I said, and try and get the sweat off the candles. It's the candles, really. But yeah, I am close to losing energy here and ready to like recharge, but I am enjoying myself at this market here. It's been a fun time being out here for the first time ever. And yeah, there's been some purchases made, not from me, but from those here with me. Now, the one thing I know if I do these Jersey markets is I'm definitely gonna need some help. I'm definitely gonna need people to assist me because the flow of people that come at the table is not like the flow I've seen in New York. So it's a little bit overwhelming for me to have to deal with by myself, but I'm glad I have help today. So this will probably be the last check-in for the day. If not, then I may check in towards the end. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The sales are going good. The flow of people is good. The personalities and the people here are good personalities. So yeah. So as you see, the wind started to pick up just as we were packing up at the end of the day. And I'm so glad that it happened now and not during the actual market when I was dealing with customers. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So right here, we're just packing up everything, getting it all back into the bags so that we can go ahead and pack it up into the car. My sister actually goes and pulls it around, and what I like is that you can pull the car right up to your spot. You just have to wait until everything is broken down and then yeah, swing the car in and pack it up. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time here. Oh my gosh, everything's all packed up. All right, everyone. So I am back once again with another recap for this market that I just did on August 24th. Now, the name of this market is Downtown Somerville Artisan Market, and it is my first time ever venturing out of New York City to do a market. This market took place in Somerville, New Jersey, and I had to go full out, rent a car for the day, and take all my stuff out there. So I was excited, but also nervous to do this market. Well, not a lot. I had to open up a different branch, per se, of my company over into New Jersey just so I can apply for a certificate to sale of sales tax. So now I'm all set up. I don't have to worry about it. I can now sell in New Jersey without any issues because seeing as I have an LLC and I'm not a sole proprietor, I have to set that stuff up in advance. So that's done. I did that before I started selling. All right, so let me set up the little drama that happened beforehand. The one thing was setting up the sales tax and getting approved and having to pay out money to make my company a foreign entity in New Jersey. I'm still, for those who don't understand, I'm still based in New York City, but in order for me to sell in New Jersey under a LLC, I had to set up a foreign entity. I tried to do it myself, but I got a little confused, so I ended up going through my registered agent here in New York City, and they did all the work for me. Did it cost me some money? Yes, it did cost me some money to have them set it up for me, but doing the sales tax costs absolutely nothing. So it's worth it. I can now do markets in New Jersey and New York City, and I don't have to worry about it. So that was the first drama. The second drama was the car rental. I only needed a car rental for a day. My sister, I love her dearly. I don't know how I would get around if she didn't have the driving experience that she has, but she was going to drive me out there. The event was on a Sunday, and she said, no problem. This was months in advance. Just let me know, and I'll get the car and pick you up, and we'll go. Now, at that time, we didn't know because they didn't send the email out just yet. We didn't know what time we had to be at the market because the market ran from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. over there. So I'm figuring, okay, well, we have to be there at 10 a.m. to the earliest and 11 the latest. So I reached out to the coordinators. They said, yeah, we're just getting the approval from the town of when they want us to go, and then we'll send the email out tonight. They sent the email out that night, and I had to be there at 9:30. So they did the same thing that FAD Market does. They put you in groups, and I had to be there at 9:30. So I'm like, okay, it takes an hour to get there, we should be fine. Now she was gonna pick up the car at 9:30. That was gonna be way too late. We wouldn't have had time for me to set up or anything. She shifted the time to 7 a.m. in the morning. Wow, she is amazing for doing that because she doesn't like to get up that early unless she has to go to work. So she ended up getting the car, and we were all set. She got here around, I want to say around 8 o'clock. I picked my loading spot for 9:15 to 9:30, and there was a bit of a confusion because when I was filling out the contract for this market, they told me I had to be there at setup time, which was 9 a.m. I'm coming all the way from New York. It's going to be very difficult for her to get the car and come pick me up, and then we be there at 9 a.m. on the dot. But when I went to their actual website, they had it listed in the vendor's information that you can be there between 9 a.m., the actual setup time, 9 a.m. to 11:30, 12 p.m. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad that was cleared up. I told her to let me know 10 minutes before you get here so we could start bringing everything downstairs. Went over to the storage unit, grabbed everything, and we were on the road. So we were there, and we ended up getting there around, probably around, I have it written here, 9:40. We got there a little before 9:40 actually because we had to find out how we can get the car into the area so we can unload. So once I found the coordinator, she walked me to my spot. She asked me, okay, well, where are you parked at? I let her know where I was parked at. She said, okay, you could pull the car in here. I asked her, well, where can we park the car afterwards? Because there's like multiple parking lots and it's free on Sunday to park. So she said, she directed me to either lot that I can go and park at. Once she gave me the information, I went back to the car, we unloaded, and I started to just put everything up like I normally do. Now, this table setup is different than my last table setup. And it's because I ended up buying a new display. I ended up buying a 3-tier display, as you saw, to put on the table. And I was going to do that for the holidays, but I said I was going to test this out at this market here. Now, it took me a while to set up because I also bought a little fan, a little portable fan to use in the tent for days like that. Now, I had saw somebody on YouTube, she sells candles as well, and she ended up buying that same fan, and I'm like, I can buy that fan too, and I could hook it up to the tent. So it took me a little longer than expected to set up everything. They went ahead and went to go find where the restroom is and also food because we hadn't eaten yet. And by the time they got back, I was mostly set up. I still had extra stuff to put. Now, what I like about this market compared to New York markets is these people are super helpful. And they remind me of the people at FAD Market. They are super helpful. They are friendly. This is like a completely different atmosphere than what I'm used to. The vendors out there, some of them are a little standoffish, but for the most part, they are friendly as well. I met this lady and her sons. Her sons started up a dog care company, and they have like food and they have like tips on how to have a healthier life for your dogs, and I thought that was pretty cool. They were nice. The lady and her husband next to us was nice over here, and then also the other couple on the other side was nice to us. So they were very friendly, very friendly. The market ended up starting at 12 o'clock. I ended up getting my first sell at 11:56. And before I get to that, the inventory that I packed, because I didn't know how New Jersey markets go. I know that New Jersey has more real estate, so they have more outdoors, and people are often driving to the market. So it's pretty much set up like they're the types that will have like a craft fair as opposed to us where we have street fairs. So I didn't know how much inventory, what inventory to take with me. I knew I was going to take a little bit of everything. So I went to Chat GPT earlier to have it suggest like what I should take. And then from there, I just modified and took like extra reed diffusers. I took extra small candles. I took one extra big candle, and then I also took extra card diffusers and room sprays. And this is also where I introduced the travel room spray. I got the travel room spray on the table, so I took all of that stuff. So I ended up having one extra bag come with me than the regular standard stuff. So I'm going ahead and I'm setting up everything. I put out all the candles onto the shelves. And then as for the reed diffusers and the room sprays, I did it like I normally do. And I have just a certain amount out there. But I did have inventory so that I can just replace it. And then I hung up all the car diffusers. Now the car diffusers now have new packaging, and I love the new packaging. They are so adorable. I don't know if I talked about it in the video before this, but easier to transport. I love that I could just put my label, my name, my company name across it, and it fits in that bag snug, and it's perfect. Now, I got my first sell, like I said, at 11:56. So it was 4 minutes before the market was officially up and running. She ended up buying two of my small Common Spa Day candles. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely different than New York because it'll be a while before I get a sell. So she bought two Common Spa Days, and I'm now down to 1 4-ounce Common Spa Day. And I'm like, man, I really should have packed more of the smaller candles. This market, once it got going, so they estimated on their website that about 1,500 people would come through this, and they weren't lying. I strongly believe that 1,500 people came through there because it was from the moment 12 o'clock hit, it was full on packed throughout the whole market. So the market, if you match it with New York, the market takes up 2 blocks. So it's 2 streets full of vendors. We were at the tail end and it was packed there. And on the other side, it was packed there. So there was a lot of foot traffic for this market here. And I think this is the first time I ever experienced doing markets where I am busy at my table. Once this lady came and bought these candles, I had people come in probably every, I want to say I made a sell every 10 to 15 minutes. And then people were taking free samples, they were asking questions, they were getting business cards, they were telling me, even if they didn't purchase anything, they would say, good luck with your business. You have wonderful sense here. I was getting all the compliments. I was getting people at the table. It was to the point where I'm glad I had my sisters with me because I put one sister on the tablet so she could ring up everything. The other sister, she loves talking to people. She's good at customer service, and she's like pulling people in and they're talking to her, and then I'm taking the extra people there. So it was really busy. It was busy, 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 and I did not expect it. And within that first half an hour, first hour, I really thought I was just going to sell out of everything because I'm like, oh my gosh, if they're buying like this, then I might not make it to the end of the market. So that's how the flow of the market was. I was constantly like talking to someone. I tried to eat because they bought me some food back. I tried to eat, but before I can get the first bite, I had people come up to the table already. And I loved that. I loved that they were welcoming, and they were open to like stop at everybody's table because everybody got people stopping at their tables. And then the coordinators, their name is Kim and Kevin, and I saw them, they're walking by. If you need anything, they're asking, can we like help with something? So they were very much involved in the market themselves. They weren't just standing by and talking off to the side and leaving us out there stranded. They were actually interacting with the customers and with the people, the vendors that were there. Now, one thing I did notice is that the room sprays did not move nearly as much as I thought. I think I ended up selling 2 room sprays towards the end, and I actually sold one travel room spray at the very end. She was like one of my last customers of the day. But the car diffusers, oh my gosh, people love the car diffusers. I sold out of 2 cents, I think. I definitely sold out of the calm linen. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have any more. I don't have any more. And they went quick. They really ate up the car diffusers, which is understandable because New Jersey is mostly car driven people. So it's understandable that they would buy the car diffusers. And then the other thing that was moving was my small candles. I sold out of Afternoon Bouquet and Common Spa Day. And then the big candles also stayed there. I think I sold maybe 1 or 2 big candles. But the little candles, they love Common Spa Day, they love Afternoon Bouquet, they love Sunday Walk. So that was something that I wanted to take note of in my tablet of the type of scents that they like over there. My social battery did start to go and fade towards the end. I want to say around the 4 o'clock hour. But thank God my sister was there and she still had the energy to like talk to people and bring people in. So it was absolutely a different experience. I never experienced a whole bunch of people like coming up to my table at once or dealing with multiple transactions at one time. So it was so key to have the two of them there just to help me because I don't know what I would have done if it was just me by myself. I probably would have lost those sales, but I'm glad that they were there to help me out. The only thing is I had to teach them the products themselves. So I'm gonna do that and make a list for them so that they know the next time that I do any market and they're there, they can help out with the products. Now, the last thing I'll say about this market is that there was one lady, she ended up coming midway through the market. She lived in the area and she bought a couple of things from me. She bought a calming spa day. I think she was the one who bought the last calming spa day candle. Well, towards the end, I want to say around in the 5 o'clock hour. Well, first we were like, "Oh, you're back," and she said, "Yeah." She said she went home. She doesn't live that far. She's in walking distance. She said she lit the candle that she bought, and then she said, "I gotta go back and get another one." So she went. She came back to get another one. Unfortunately, I only had the big one left, and she wanted the smaller one. So she bought a Sunday Walk, the 4 ounce. She bought a Serenity Grove wax sachet, and she bought the Calming Spa Day travel size. She's like, I don't have it in a candle, but I'll take the spray. So I was shocked that she came back that quick, and we just had a conversation and we talked about the products a little bit, and she wished me luck on future endeavors. And then she asked me if there was a way to like follow her, like am I in the store or something. I gave her my information of how she can get to me. I told her I'm based out of New York City, but I want to do more markets in New Jersey and expand outside of New York City. So she's like perfect. She followed me on Instagram. She favorited my Etsy shop. So I think I have a returning customer there that's from New Jersey because she really enjoyed it. I did not expect her to light the candle as soon as she got home, but she did. All right, so now let's get into the sales of the day. I did have a good amount of cash sales, and I finally put the cash sales into my square here so I could keep track of it because I realized with if I'm going to be at markets and that happens where I have a lot of people at the table at one time, I'm not going to have time to keep track of everything. So it's just best to store it into Square and leave it at that. Now, I ended up having, it says 21 sales here, but I ended up having a lot of Venmo sales. So my total sales for this market was actually 24 sales, 23 or 24. I'll probably correct it and give you the correct number, but that was my sales for one day, just one day. And then my gross, including the cash, including the Venmo transactions, came up to $487.34. Now, my top item, which I was shocked at because it started off real slow, in the very beginning of me being a business owner, and that was afternoon bouquet. I sold 3 of the 4 ounces, and then my top category was my car diffusers. I ended up selling 9 of those. So overall, I did make my vendor feedback and I made the car rental feedback and I still had money left over. I'm glad I was picked for this market. I was a little worried in the beginning because it is in a different state. I don't have a car and I don't have driving experience yet, so I was a little worried in the very beginning, especially when they picked me. I'm like, oh boy, I'm doing my first market ever outside of the city, but it turned out great for me. I need to be out in Jersey equally as much as New York City. It's like I like the markets here, but New Jersey is a whole different breed when it comes to vendor markets and businesses. So I am very happy that I did this market. I didn't really set a goal because it snuck up on me and I was dealing with other stuff in life. Will I be doing this market again? Absolutely. If they invite me and I sign up for it, I will definitely do this market again. It's an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes away. So I'm okay with that. I have no problem doing this market again. And it opened my eyes to actually try and look for other markets in New Jersey that's close enough for me to get to. So I definitely have a new space to do my vendor markets in. And then also people were walking by and giving me information about other markets in New Jersey. So I got connections. Networking is always key at these markets, and I will be looking into those and seeing what's what. And then this one lady told me about one in Massachusetts. I don't know about Massachusetts. We'll see. I gotta look at it. But for now, New Jersey is finally on the list. I didn't expect it to be this early in my little small business journey. But yeah, it's on the list. So I'm excited for that. Now, some of the positives is pretty much everything. Everything from the foot traffic to the coordinators, the vendors, seeing how they do their markets out there compared to us. The area is a nice area. It's such a small town vibe. It's awesome. There is such diversity and variety there. You don't get the evil looks like you do at some markets here in the city. And just the commute is a decent commute. It's not that crazy of a commute by car. It was just a good day. We all three of us were talking about how much fun we had, and how even the two of them, my sisters, said they would definitely do another market with me again. So I'm like, okay, now I got a little help, a little help for me at these markets. The negative, I think the only negative, I don't really think there's a negative. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the recap of the downtown Somerville artisan market. I would hands down do it again. I might not have the same outcome, but I would do it again because it's such a good vibe. It reminds me, it's a New Jersey version of FAD Market. So I would definitely do it again. I would love to do other markets in New Jersey and see how they work out. And I'm always looking to expand and do more and see what I can make. And now I have kind of an idea of what sells out there. I still have to do more markets, but I have an idea of what sells out there, what moves, what doesn't, how I can set up my table. So that is it. I'm wrapping it up here. If you like this video, like this recap, then go ahead and hit that like button, share, and comment down below. Let me know about your most excited market that you've done this year. One or two sentences is fine. It doesn't have to be a whole thesis or paragraph. Share what you like down in the comments down below. And if you are new here or if you haven't already, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you could be notified when the next new video comes out. Now, I am going to go ahead and make out this list of my products so that those two can understand what I sell for my small business. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and don't forget to show yourself a little more appreciation. So until next time, this is Tammy saying, take care, everyone.